Hello, everybody. Daniel Feuerstein here for Beyond the 90. Well, guess what's coming up next very soon in the American soccer calendar? You guessed it, the 2026 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Now, obviously, this year's edition will have one less round, unfortunately. Of course, U.S. Soccer believes that because of the World Cup coming, they had to remove the fifth round. So everything starts earlier for most of these clubs, including the 16 clubs registered from Major League Soccer. Now, once again, we don't like seeing only 16 clubs from Major League Soccer to come into the U.S. Open Cup, but unfortunately, they like to interfere in these sort of predicaments, and they just want to run the table of American soccer. So we'll see what happens there. But you know what the good news is? The good news is this: is that the U.S. Open Cup is back. And even though we will not have any expansion clubs entering this edition, like Sarasota Paradise, New York Cosmos coming back. Of course, those two are in USL League One play, but they will not be a part of the Open Cup. And of course, not every club in USL Championship will be in this as well. There are some clubs that will be not allowed. Of course, we all know Brooklyn FC, Sporting Jacks, the two expansion sides, will not be in this edition's Open Cup as well. And some of the clubs that did not qualify for the playoffs from last year in USL Championship will not be in this as well. Of course, we can't forget those clubs in USL League Two, the NPSL, those amateur qualifiers that went between 2 to 4 rounds worth. And of course, the U.S. Adult Soccer Association champion, the Paul Mata Trophy winner, and of course, the United Premier Soccer League spring season champions, the Tennessee Tempo. So it should be a lot of fun for this upcoming season. Now, once again, CBS Sports will be the official home of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. But in the opening round so far, the majority of the matches will be on YouTube, while we will have one match on CBS Sports Network, one match on CBS Sports Galazo Network, and of course, streaming those two matches through CBS Sports Network and Galazo will be streaming as well on Paramount Plus. The rest of the matches will be on YouTube. So basically, on Tuesday, we will have the majority of YouTube, along with one for CBS Sports Network, one for CBS Sports Galazo. Wednesday will be the same thing, and Thursday will be all YouTube based. So YouTube is still part of this package, even though I would like, if possible, to have uh, two matches or four matches, one on CBS Sports Network and Galazo at the same time for an East Coast match, and then for the West Coast match on 2 straight days. Not two, we can make it four. But look, this is what it is for now. I don't have a problem with it. As long as CBS Sports still has a game or two to do, that's fine by me. I welcome it, of course. But here is right now, and of course, I have the list right here in front of me, as you can see. This is the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. This is the schedule for round one of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, the TV schedule. And here we go for St. Patrick's Day on Tuesday, March 17th. Unfortunately, as we all know, South Georgia Tormenta will not be playing this season. They were supposed to be in the Open Cup this year, and because of their forfeit from USL League One, they have also forfeited their Open Cup participation, which gives FC America CFL Spurs in Florida their automatic bye into the second round. Now, I would have hoped U.S. Soccer, the Open Cup committee, would have said, okay, Sarasota Paradise, since South Georgia Tormenta is out, we would like to bring you in. Unfortunately, that did not happen, and FC America CFL Spurs has advanced into the second round automatically. Congratulations to CFL Spurs. You're going to the second round without having to fire a shot, or shall we say, a soccer ball. That's what happened, of course, with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds 1 year ago, a couple of years ago, I believe. They were supposed to have a first round matchup, and they earned a bye into the second round. So, hey, it happens, unfortunately. But look, like I said, I thought Sarasota Paradise should have gotten the invitation automatically, but unfortunately, the Open Cup committee said no. And once again, FC America, CFL Spurs gets their bye into the second round. So we'll see who will be paired with in that round after the first round proper. Here are the other matches right now for Tuesday, March 17th. Richmond Kickers will be hosting Northern Virginia FC, and they'll be at the Richmond City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Seen on YouTube, Rhode Island FC will be taking on Club Deportivo Fialenza, the amateur club from Massachusetts in the Boston area. So that will be at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. That will also be on YouTube. Vermont Green, the USL League Two champions of last year, will be hosting USL League One's Portland Hearts of Pine from Portland, Maine. 7 o'clock Eastern. Of course, the other one, Rhode Island's also at 7 o'clock Eastern. That will be at Virtue Field in Burlington, Vermont. That will be on live CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount Plus. And that's at 7 p.m. as well. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have Detroit City FC of USL Championship taking on Michigan Rangers of the National Premier Soccer League at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, of course, at Keyworth Stadium. And once again, Paramount Plus and CBS Sports Network. Excuse me, that's the wrong one. That'll be on YouTube, Detroit City FC versus Michigan Rangers. That's my fault. I apologize. Once again, Detroit City FC hosting Michigan Rangers, which will be on YouTube. Steel City FC versus the Pittsburgh Riverhounds of USL Championship. That's right. The Steel City matchup, the Steel City Derby between Steel City FC and Pittsburgh Riverhounds in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern over at Rooney Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That will be on YouTube. Westchester United will be hosting Loudoun United FC at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at the YSC Sports Complex in Wayne, Pennsylvania. That will be on YouTube as well. Colorado Springs Switchbacks will be taking on the Azteca FC, the one-time USL champions, USL championship winners taking on the best amateur side in the state of Colorado. That will be at Wagner Field in downtown Colorado Springs, and that will also be on YouTube. Indy 11 will be hosting the Des Moines Menace. Does that mean a return of Sasha Kleistchen, Bradley Wright Phillips, and all the other former MLSers that will be a part of the Menace? Will that happen for the third straight time? Have not heard anything just yet, but hopefully we will get Sasha Kleistchen, Bradley Wright Phillips, and everyone else donning Des Moines Menace kits once again. And that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And that'll be at the Grand Park Event Center in Westfield, Indiana. And that will be streamed on Paramount Plus as well as CBS Sports Golazo. Don't forget, you can go to PlutoTV.com to watch CBS Sports Golazo free of charge. So that should be a fun one for everyone. And finally, the nighttime on the Pacific side of the country, Phoenix Rising FC versus the League for Clubs San Ramon FC. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific at the Phoenix Rising Soccer Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona. That should be a fun one on Tuesday night. Wednesday is the majority of the matches, 15 of them. Absolutely. Here they are. Chattanooga FC will be hosting Kalanji Pro Profile out of Georgia at 6 p.m. Eastern at Finley Stadium in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Asheville City SC, USL League Two, will be taking on the Greenville Triumph of USL League One. That will be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern at the Greenwood Field in UNC Asheville, North Carolina on YouTube. Charleston Battery will be taking on the Florida Badgers FC amateur qualifiers that did qualify for the tournament at 6:30 p.m. Eastern at the Patriots Point Mount Pleasant Stadium, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And that will also be on YouTube as I turn the page To the rest of the Wednesday, March 18th matches, Louisville City will be hosting Southern Indiana FC at 7 p.m. Eastern Time at the Lynn Family Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky on YouTube. FC Naples will be hosting Red Force FC. They play in the Aventura Sunny Isles Beach, northern Miami Beach area. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex in Naples, Florida on YouTube. FC Motown will be hosting Hartford Athletic of USL Championship at 7 p.m. Eastern at Lubkin Field in Newark, New Jersey, at the home of the New Jersey Institute of Technology. That will be broadcasted on CBS Sports Network and streamed on Paramount Plus. SC Vistula Garfield, the amateur side, will be hosting One Knoxville SC at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That will be at the Garfield High School Field in Garfield, New Jersey. That will be streamed on YouTube. Bofs St. Louis hosting USL League One's Union Omaha, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central at the Underwood University St. Charles, Missouri on Paramount Plus and CBS Sports Galazo Network. Little Rock Rangers will be hosting FC Tulsa of USL Championship at 8 p.m. Eastern over at the Episcopal Collegiate School in Little Rock, Arkansas on YouTube. The rest will be on YouTube. San Antonio FC hosting ASC New Stars. That's also a Texas club. 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Central at Toyota Field in San Antonio, Texas. New Mexico United will be hosting Cruisers FC of NPSL. That'll be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Central, 7:30 Mountain over at the University of New Mexico Soccer Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sacramento Republic will be hosting El Farolito of the NPSL, the John Mata Cup winners, and that's a repeat from last year's edition in the third round. It will now be in the first round, once again, back at the Heart Health Park in Sacramento, California on YouTube. AV Alta FC of USL League One hosting Valley 559 FC at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, Lancaster Municipal Stadium in Lancaster, California. Ventura County Fusion will be hosting the Spokane Velocity at 10:30 p.m. Eastern at the Ventura College Stadium in Ventura, California. And finally, Orange County SC hosting Laguna United at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California. And the rest all on YouTube on Thursday, March the 19th. It is the Carolina Core FC hosting the Virginia Dream FC, 6 p.m. Eastern at Truist Point Park in High Point, North Carolina. Charlotte Independence of USL League One hosting Ritosi FC of the NPSL at Mecklenburg County Sportsplex in Matthews, North Carolina. And finally, the rest for Thursday, March 19th. On the final page, we have Flint City Bucks hosting Forward Madison SC at 6:30 p.m. Eastern at the Don Bachelor Stadium in Grand Blanc, Michigan. Lexington SC will be hosting Flower City Union from Rochester, New York, 7 p.m. Eastern at the Lexington SC Soccer Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky. Westchester SC in Westchester County, New York, over in Mount Vernon. They will take on Long Island's New York Renegades at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at the Mount Vernon Memorial Field in Mount Vernon, New York. Tennessee Tempo FC will be hosting the Chattanooga Red Wolves at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central over at the Richard Siegel Soccer Complex in, let me see if I can pronounce this town correctly, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And finally, Laredo Heat. They'll be taking on El Paso Locomotive at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Central at the PEG Energy Stadium in Laredo, Texas on YouTube. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for many Open Cup nights across America as the 2026 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup is ready to roll, ready to go, and ready to once again grace our computers, our TV screens, our streaming priorities. It is absolutely fabulous. Please stay with us here at Beyond the 90 for your latest USL Championship Players Association lockout news, strike news. Right now, there is no lockout or strike, but stay tuned for all the union labor news and gossip going on here with our fellow writer and, of course, the man that owns this wonderful website, Carter Krishnaiyer, and, of course, our fellow USL writers for covering our leagues, covering our teams, all the clubs that you would love to read about here at the Beyond the 90. Once again, my name is Daniel Feuerstein here. I represent Beyond the 90. This is, once again, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup 2026 edition, round one proper preview video as we get ready to talk to you more about the Open Cup. Once again, join me for this upcoming week as I will now give to you on Tuesday night Open Cup review shows here, not just here on Beyond the 90, but don't forget to come to my Feuerstein's Fire American Soccer show after the week is done. The following Monday, I'll be reviewing the best matches of the opening round as I interview players or the head coaches of those clubs on my show on YouTube. Please go to youtube.com at Feuerstein's Fire. It should be fun, should be great. And hey, I'm back, baby. Open Cup is back. I'm glad to see it. I'm happy to get along with it. Once again, my name is Daniel Feuerstein for Beyond the 90. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good rest of your day. And as always, please enjoy your football.